there, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Day 2 Day, the podcast where we explore the joys and challenges of everyday life. I'm Emma.
And I'm Alex. Whether it's personal growth, navigating relationships, or just tackling the chaos of the day, we're here to talk about it all and hopefully help you along the way.
So grab your coffee, tea, or whatever keeps you going.
And let's dive into today's episode.
So today's topic is something we all struggle with at some point, being our true selves. We've gathered some insights from a rather intriguing paper by researchers Michael H. Kernis and Brian M. Goldman on authenticity. Let's dive into what it means to be truly authentic.
Absolutely. Authenticity is about understanding who we really are at our core, not just putting on a face for others, right? But it seems like it's easier said than done. Let's start with why people find it so hard to be authentic.
Right. It turns out people often feel confused about their true selves simply because they haven't practiced self-awareness. For instance, imagine you're constantly saying yes to things you don't want to do. Over time, it becomes a habit, and you lose sight of your real desires and needs.
Exactly. And these researchers argue that lacking authenticity leads to a state where one responds only to external demands. People might end up behaving like chameleons, changing to fit every situation, and that lack of stability, well, it can be pretty unsettling.
It's interesting because not being real can make a person overly confident at times and then super self-doubting at others. Like there's this constant shifting with no fixed point of self-awareness.
Yeah, and that can be so exhausting. Kernis and Goldman suggest that authenticity stems from living in alignment with one's core self. So how does one achieve that?
The paper outlines 4 key components: self-awareness, unbiased processing of self-related knowledge, behavior congruent with one's true self, and authentic relationships. Let's break those down a bit.
Okay, so self-awareness. That's basically having a rich understanding of what motivates us, what we dislike, our strengths and our flaws, right?
Yes, and what I found fascinating is the idea that people are complex. We might be introverted, yet have moments of extroversion, or be logical, yet also emotional. Understanding this complexity helps reduce confusion.
Absolutely. And unbiased processing is next, right? It's about being able to accept both the positive and negative about ourselves without letting emotions distort our self-view.
Exactly. It's about how we handle new information about ourselves. Those with confidence tend to process feedback better, even if it's negative, because they don't feel the need to avoid it.
And we can't forget behavior. The key is engaging in actions that reflect our true values, rather than trying to please others or avoid punishment.
Yes. So it's about doing things because they inherently matter to us. That's where we find real authenticity.
Moving on to relationships, being real means being open and transparent. It's about letting close contacts see who we truly are and hoping for the same from them.
Indeed, genuine relationships are about being honest, even if it means showing vulnerability and facing conflicts authentically instead of just smoothing things over.
I love how they highlight authenticity's flexibility. Like it's not always about objecting or rebelling. Even in inauthentic situations, awareness of inner conflict can keep us grounded in our true selves.
So true. It's having the freedom to express your true self when you choose to without feeling forced to always put up a facade.
And speaking of keeping grounded, they recommend mindfulness as a way to enhance self-awareness. Observing oneself as if from a third-person perspective can really help, don't you think?
Absolutely. This mindful observation allows us to unearth parts of ourselves we might have ignored, fostering a more authentic existence.
Plus, engaging in activities we love, like a hobby, can also boost our authenticity by putting us in a flow state where actions align with our core self.
Yes, it's amazing how being in flow brings that deep sense of satisfaction and enhances our awareness of authenticity.
And let's not forget about feedback from trusted friends and family. Getting an external perspective can highlight our blind spots and help us recalibrate our self-awareness.
Totally. Asking, "How do you see me?" can uncover surprises and aid in our authenticity journey.
But being authentic isn't something that happens overnight. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to face discomfort when learning about ourselves.
And as Carl Jung beautifully put it, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. That journey is truly a personal and rewarding one.
Exactly. So, listeners, how do you find and embrace your true self? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Remember, authenticity is about the journey towards self-discovery, so keep being curious about who you are.
Until next time, take care and stay true to yourself.